So, unscripted reviews. This will be another one, and I will, like, just so you guys know newer games and stuff like that, I will have more scripted reviews. For example, the next big one will be Kena Bridge of Spirits, or Hades, or Ghost of Tsushima, yeah, that one. Or 12 Minutes, Those ones will all be scripted. They will not be unscripted, they will be fully voiced and scripted, by me. Um, just so you guys know. Another thing is, this. Actually, no, now on to the review itself. I'm sorry about that intro. Okay, but now on to the review. Story mode. Kind of garbage. The AI sucks. Just so the AI is terrible. On hard mode, that's the way to do it. But the AI still feels weird. They walk around like crazy lunatics, and sometimes they just stand still, do nothing until you shoot them. Story is very repetitive. It's like in terms of gameplay, but the main thing is it's way too quick in pacing. It needs to be 10 hours long, not 5. Because halfway through the game, there's a twist, but it's supposedly meant to be super big, but you can just predict it from a mile away, and also the twist makes no sense. And the DLC is not that bad actually, but it didn't do too much to expand the world and stuff. It's just I felt like the DLC was just it was fun, but I feel like the game itself was just half baked. It wasn't that the main story wasn't that good, and the effort put into it was very low. It wasn't like Call of Duty where they make, even though the pacing is really fast, they make good use of the pacing. But in this game, they don't at all. No, it feels like the bad Call of Duty campaigns, where they just like rush through everything and they're just super repetitive. Now on to like gameplay or whatever. You have these cards which have different abilities. One of them shotgun, one of them is grenade, one of them is sonar or whatever. And also in the multiplayer, you choose your in the campaign, but now I'm going to be talking about the multiplayer. You choose your gun, you can have some attachments on them, and you have different challenges you do to unlock certain guns. And another thing is that there are different skins and everything, like those different skins and all that stuff you get from credits by just playing the game. Another thing is loot boxes. They are not pay to win. There's purely cosmetics and stuff like that. Another thing is that the every time you die you get points no matter what, even if you do basically nothing. So you can basically play. So basically by the end of every game you'll probably at least have enough points to play maybe as one hero or something, which is really good, and I'm glad for that, because then everyone can play as a character, which is really good. The other thing is playing as the characters, they all feel great. Some of them are pretty weak though. Captain Phasma is pretty weak, Finn is pretty weak, but overall most of the characters are pretty good and pretty balanced. There's no overpowered character. And everyone can die really quickly, so a good skilled player would dominate, while a bad player would die. It's not like but if you're a bad player playing a character like a Luke Skywalker or something, you can still do good. It's just it takes skill, which is good. It rewards you for actually being good instead of being a overpowered beast or that you can't kill or whatever. Another thing is there's a lot of multiplayer modes. They're all great and fun, but the Starfighter Assault, or the one that you're in starships, is a bit. It's fun, but it's repetitive. It gets pretty repetitive after a while, but it's still pretty fun. Another thing is Galactic Assault and Heroes vs. Heroes. They're all fun. They're all great. Everything is basically pretty good, balanced. Tons of maps from prequels, originals, spin-offs, and sequels, trilogies, and original trilogy. All these movies and stuff, which is great. A lot of fanfare, and some Easter eggs and stuff like that. Only problem is Heroes vs. Heroes. There's no squad spawning, so you have to walk all the way to the battlefield in Heroes vs. Heroes, which sucks a lot. And I don't know why they didn't add it, because there's squad spawning in the, the base game, like in Galactic Assault or whatever, so yeah. Another thing is, I wish you could, like, go in a vehicle to use it, but you have to get points, and when you leave that vehicle, you can't really get in again, you know what I mean? It's just like it's like when you're, it's just a one-time thing. I wish you did the vehicle scattered across the map like in Halo. You pick it up, able to go, but you have to use points for that, which you get by killing people, as you saw there. The other thing is every like gun, they're great, but there's not that many. But they all feel great and stuff. All the secondary heroes, vehicles, and all that stuff, they're all balanced. They're all great. Some of the secondary like heroes, like not the heroes, but like specialists or whatever, like the Death Troopers, or as an example, or the Wookiee Warriors or stuff like that, or the Ewoks. You know, they're all great. They all are pretty balanced. There's are some of them are pretty bad though, or one of them is bad, but overall they're all pretty great. Basically, the whole game is pretty balanced. It has tons of content and a mediocre story. Like a pretty, well, I don't think it's that good, but the point is that the multiplayer is there, and if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll like this game a lot. You know, it makes you feel like you're in the battlefield at the moment. You know, because it because the graphics, the sound effects, everything, and also the game runs smoothly and it looks really good. That's and there's no real crashes, but there are a couple. I had like 2 crashes at like while recording this footage, and I played for a couple hours, but that's about it. Overall, pretty smooth, no frame rate drops or anything, or glitches. That's about it, and bye.